Hey, what do it, y'all? Swish Entertainment putting y'all tuned to all y'all favorite rappers and celebrities. Like, but first, I need a little favor done for y'all first. Please like, comment, subscribe to this video, hit that notification bell as well. That'll be a great service to the channel. Put y'all tuned to this story. Now, today we'll be talking about Young Thug being released from confinement. This man was experiencing a trial that he has been into since the year of 2022. This man was apprehended in the month of May within that year. This man had been taken into custody on racketeering and conspiracy charges. But thankfully, Young Thug's court trial managed to come to a conclusion in the past day. Young Thug's legal team had decided to make it publicly known that this rapper had decided to accept a non-negotiable plea deal. This non-negotiable plea deal would ensure that Young Thug's lawyer would make the final decision in his sentencing instead of the state. This non-negotiable plea deal would ensure that Young Thug's judge would instead make the final decision when it comes to his sentencing instead of the state. This judge being specifically known as Paige Reese Whittaker. Now, the legal proceedings that the Atlanta rapper Young Thug was faced with had originally begun in the month of November in 2023. So due to Young Thug's acceptance of his plea deal, this man was required to plead guilty to 6 counts related to gang activity. Young Thug, in addition, had made the decision to plead no contest to leading a criminal street gang. He had also made the decision to not contest an account of a conspiracy to violate a RICO act. Now, the prosecution in Young Thug's trial would insist that the man be placed behind bars for 20 years in prison in totality, while following that he would be expected to serve 25 years under probation. This will not be the final decision, however, and the judge Paige Reese Whittaker will end up sentencing Young Thug to 40 years. These 40 years would have Young Thug serving 5 years in prison, 5 years which were already accounted for as this man had already served the time. On top of that, Young Thug was given 15 years of probation, and if he were to violate those 15 years of probation, then this man would be expected to serve 20 years in prison. Young Thug was also given many terms and conditions regarding the sentencing that he was given. First off, Young Thug is not allowed to be in contact with any YSL members. However, Young Thug's lawyer Brian Steele had advocated that the Atlanta rapper be allowed to be in contact with 2 YSL members. These 2 YSL members being Young Thug's brother Quantavious Grier, and the other YSL member being a music artist as part of the label known as Gunna. The lawyer Brian Steele's request ended up proving successful, which will allow Young Thug to remain in contact with the 2 individuals. So if Young Thug is still willing to make projects with Gunna despite this man being publicized for testifying in court, then we could possibly see more work from the 2. This is only the beginning of the many conditions that Young Thug is faced with regarding the court trial's final decision. Young Thug is not allowed to visit the metropolitan area for 10 years. The YSL Atlanta rapper also holds the expectation of giving 4 presentations or concerts that will advocate against gang violence. These 4 presentations and concerts are expected to be done yearly. Young Thug's girlfriend, Mariah the Scientist, did not hesitate to put out a public response following the news about Young Thug. She has said on her account, "Thank you, God." Mariah the Scientist had also given a nod to the many haters and the criticism of Young Thug and the many people that were talking down on her name. Mariah the Scientist, during a performance on stage, decided to speak on her boyfriend being freed.
There was people who was telling me I would never see him again. There was people who was laughing at me and laughing at the situation, making fun of us. All you motherfuckers who doubted me and said this was never coming back. All y'all. What you gonna say now?
So based off of Mariah the Scientist's words and her demeanor, you can tell that she is quite cheerful to hear the news about Young Thug being freed. She also was very expressive of her animosity towards those that were naysaying Young Thug being free from confinement. Young Thug's dad, Jeffrey Williams Sr., had also decided to put out public comments regarding Young Thug not being allowed to inhabit the metropolitan area within Atlanta for 10 years. Young Thug's dad, Jeffrey Williams Sr., had also made it known that he is currently living within the metropolitan area within Atlanta. Young Thug's dad has specifically said to have a district attorney take that away from him that isn't a resident from here. She's from another state, you know? And to see her take a man away from where he's from to have to go live somewhere else, that's offensive to me. I'm really offended by that. So with that being said, Young Thug's father is quite disapproving of Young Thug not being allowed to return to his hometown for such a long period of time. There was a lot of uncertainty in terms of Young Thug's fate and how his court trial would turn out and what the final result would be. But now to this point, Young Thug has finally found himself being granted some form of freedom. Now as to whether Young Thug and Gunna will end up producing more music in the future is up for grabs. Young Thug's lawyer Brian Steele had put forward statements in court in favor of Young Thug being in contact with Gunna once again, specifically saying Mr. Williams and Mr. Kitchens are contractually obligated and they frequently perform music together. With Young Thug's lawyer Brian Steele having said that, it's very likely that the Atlanta rapper had insisted that the lawyer fight for him to be in contact with Gunna once again. But yeah, y'all, let's go cap out this video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you guys see Young Thug and Gunna producing music in the future? Do you guys think that Young Thug is even knowledgeable of Gunna being publicized for testifying against the YSL label, with camera footage showing this in addition as proof? And to cap that off, are you guys expecting Young Thug to put out music within this year following him being released from confinement? Let all that be known in the comments, y'all. That's gonna do it. I'm out.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.